And I do have one last thing that I want to do. We are starting up a new thing where I want to get some more community involvement on top of the commentary, where I have invited Requiem, somebody who has played in a lot of these Midwest Mashes and has commentated for quite a few of them as well. I just want to have them on for a quick interview, ask them about how they play, the state of the scene, what matches they liked, and a couple things about like how they feel they play, their game plan, and how they are planning on improving at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and migrate over to Bracket Hangout. And Durfla, it's okay if you didn't have 2 questions since this was a last minute sort of addition. But we'll go ahead and move to Bracket Hangout, and I'll at Requiem.
All right.
Durfla moved to Bracket Hangout. Galano009 moved to Bracket Hangout.
This guy, you can't stop yourself.
What do you want?
Moved to Bracket Hangout.
All right.
Moved to Bracket Hangout.
Jimbo! Yeah!
Jimbo0721 joined.
All right.
Requiem
Everybody
Zip
hush,
joined.
we need structure. Structure, I say.
There's
All
no
right.
such thing here.
Requiem, how you feeling about your bracket today?
Not the best, but I am improving. I'm trying really hard to like stick out Venom, and he's a hard character, but I'll get there.
Okay. I know that you've been showing up really consistently for the last couple of weeks. Do you have, what do you think is like, do you attend any other locals on a weekly basis other than this one?
Yeah, actually, I TO for a weekly and bi-weekly Strive bracket here in Rolla as a part of the Fighting Game Club.
Okay, that's sick. And that's a weekly bracket. What day do you have those on?
They're on Monday nights, and then we also have them on alternate Fridays.
Okay. Well, based off both that and Midwest MASH, I'm sure you've gotten a lot of experience in with a lot of different characters. What do you think your biggest takeaway from, we'll call it a season, from this season of the Midwest MASH and your own bracket has been?
Honestly, I'm just really proud of how much I've improved, because I think this is definitely the quote-unquote season, like semester, that I've improved the most just in the shortest amount of time. Like, we've been here 10 weeks, and then if you compare my gameplay from the first week to this week, it's like a completely different player.
Oh, yeah. And I do want to try to narrow that down, kind of get an idea of where you feel you stand. How would you describe your game plan as of right now? How would you describe yourself as a player?
I think I play for the mix a lot. I have trouble sticking to zoning a lot, where I'll just like end up getting bored and jump in for no reason. I think right now the biggest thing I struggle with is getting that first like meaningful knockdown into a mix-up.
Yeah. Yeah, that can be a hard part of the game. But in relation to that, if that's where you're struggling, do you have any plans or have you given any thought about how you're working to improve on that, or like anything specific you've really wanted to hone in on in the coming few weeks?
I'm definitely working on my patience in neutral. That's the biggest thing right now. I think it'll help me a lot in all regards.
All right. And whenever you say patient, what do you mean? Do you mean like choosing less committal options, maybe just being willing to sit still and not do anything, or let's try to iron that down a little bit. What do you think? Can you give me a little bit more?
So I would say all of the above there. Venom has an issue with H Stinger where if it gets jumped over, it's insanely laggy. So I need to make sure I'm actively watching my opponent and not picking those super committal options that just get blocked or immediately punished.
Okay. I'm going to be looking forward to seeing how your Venom does in the coming couple weeks. I feel like the character has a lot of room to be explored.
So I would definitely agree. I think I've come a long way just in this 1 week, so we'll see what next week brings.
Only was so joined.
Oh, yeah. And less in relation to gameplay, more in relation to the scene itself. I know that you've done a lot of commentary, and I want to thank you for being so involved with that. It's been awesome having you. And I'm just curious about how you feel about like interactions in the scene. For example, I have it in my head that, Nameless and Shark are a rivalry that I view. Do you have any prominent rivalries between other players that you kind of follow or you like to watch every bracket?
Loki, I definitely get the shark, I guess, and nameless. Like that always goes hard. I think one personally that I have is me versus Frenemy Stand because we play all the time and it's usually pretty close. Like if not in the sets, then in the rounds.
Okay. Yeah, I think we streamed one of your sets versus Frenemy Stand. I'm pretty sure that was pretty close.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to do another one of those VOD reviews. Well, next time you have them, you'll have to request, and we'll make sure to get that on.
It's all right.
Yeah, and in regards to yourself, so that's obviously the rivalry you feel like, or rather, sorry, I misphrased this. That's the rivalry that you feel like yourself have, you and Frenemy Stand. Are there any other rivalries other than like Shark and Nameless that you've really been honing in on?
Honestly, you and Jeezy always have insanely hype sets, like every week.
I wasn't even there this week.
I know.
This dude's
But,
dodging me.
Terrified.
Really, it's kind of difficult to get super consistent sets just because we have so many new people joining all the time.
Oh yeah, I mean, especially in those first 7, I think we had kind of repeat sets going on, but as soon as we broke 16, we've got 10 new people last week. We're at 20 this week. It's hard. But do you feel like you have good potential? What do you think? How much do you feel like you can improve in like the coming month? You say? Do you think you could? What's the best placing, or what are you aiming for?
So I'm definitely aiming for at least a top 4. I think I can definitely do better. It really just depends on, how much time I really get to practice because school can just take over my life sometimes, which happens.
Yeah. And I completely understand that. I do want to open the floor. I know we have a lot of people here. Does anybody else have any like specific questions about
Yes.
Requiem? All right, go ahead and go.
Yes, Requiem. Hey, how tall are you?
I am 5. I'm 5'10".
Dude, what's your number? Are you single?
Okay, get out of here. All right. Anybody else have any questions? You like?
It's going. That's funny.
And I want to make sure that everybody has a chance to ask a question. If you guys don't, that's okay. But I do want to make it a thing where if you have anything that you want to say to the scene or any topics that you really focus on, I want to give you a couple minutes to talk about them. I'm thinking 3 to 5 minutes. Do you have anything in particular that like I haven't brought up or you're worried that somebody else won't bring up that you'd really like to talk about?
Just one thing. If you don't mind me plugging Rala out real quick here.
I was
Yeah.
about to mention that.
Yeah, my guy.
So yeah, if you don't know, Rala out April 26th in Rala. Come play. Ooey Gooey has already registered, so if you want good competition, we'll have it.
Okay.
He's the GOAT!
Absolutely. Grant, I do actually have a question for you. Obviously a little biased now that we're on the topic of Rala out. It's a really, out in Rala, we don't really get to see a lot of the STL guys and a lot of the people in the Midwest Smash people in person. So is there anything you're looking forward to specifically come Rala out where we get everyone in person?
Just good offline games. Sometimes the internet can be a little goofy. There's no issue with that when we're on LAN.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to a run back of the last Rala out, especially whenever Shark wiped me and Jeezy's faces on the floor. I'm ready for the run back.
Oh yeah, you think Shark's insane online. Offline, he's even better.
I know
Dude,
he's
that
so
guy's a monster.
so scary. Durflood, do you have any questions that you'd want to ask Requiem?
What's your favorite matchup?
Ooh,
That's a good one.
that is a good question. I might have to give the Testament answer, because I'm not super familiar with Venom yet.
I figured.
Honestly, I might have to give it to, like, Soul.
Soul?
Just because,
No.
you get blown up super hard in that matchup, but, like, there's thrill in outskilling a Soul like that.
True. Your set against Shark where you went 2-3 and almost took it? That was hype.
Exactly.
You're getting questions in the Twitch chat.
Am I?
Oh, let's pull up the Twitch chat.
They're not very
I don't know.
insightful, but they are
Oh,
questions.
dear God.
I don't know if I should answer these.
I don't know if you should
Yeah,
either, but
go.
I just wanted to let you know that there are questions available.
What
Yeah,
is
if
your least favorite matchup?
Original.
Least favorite's Potemkin, hands down. I despise that character.
And who in the Midwest Mash are you most afraid of playing on a weekly basis? Like, who are you praying to not fight?
Honestly, I'm not really afraid of anybody because, like, if I get my ass handed to me, then I've got a lot to learn from that set. And if I play well, then I play well. Like, it just kind of take it where I can go.
All right, and then a more optimistic version of the question: who do you want to fight the most? Who do you, whenever you sign up and register, you're like, oh, I hope I fight this person.
Okay, there was the chance this week, but I ended up losing. I have never played you in one of these brackets.
Wow.
Me?
That's
We've
crazy.
never fought?
No, we haven't. In my recent memory, no, we haven't.
Oh, shit. Don't worry, I'll do a little bit of bracket rigging. I'm kidding. But we'll get the chance. We'll 100% get the chance. Yeah, well, thank you. If we have no other questions, definitely want to plug Rala out. I know I'm taking a couple of my buddies in my car with me. I know that Jared, the Meme D3, is also taking a couple people in their car. So I think we'll have a pretty good-sized squad out there. So if anybody else wants to come out, we can start up a third carpool.
Hey, Louis, colonization of Rala.
I got a quick
Colonizing their city.
We got to
quick question.
flags.
St. Louis flag. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. Here's how we win. Against Uwe, me, Galanos, Durfla, Django, and Nameless all fool our stocks. So he has to beat all of our heads.
What if we just like punched him in the mouth?
I'm telling you right now.
You hit him in the parking lot and you
He can't take us all.
You can't. You go. You're gonna beat the shit out of you.
I'm telling you, let's go right now.
All funny games.
as
It's
the
never
resident
gets heard.
expert,
I'm just joking.
Yeah, absolutely.
as the resident
We're not gonna
expert
beat
on
up the
Wii
Wee
Chewy
Chewy Snickers.
can absolutely
Well, we are
beat
in the
them.
game, but we're not gonna beat them up in real
That
life.
will work,
Like-
but
Have you tried that theory?
no,
You touched
it just is not fit.
What's not good?
No.
I will let you guys in on a little bit of a Rollo rule that nobody knows about. If you challenge somebody to an emergency best of 37, they're legally obligated to accept. So just like do that.
So we can filibuster him into DQing out of grands.
It's actually a filibuster.
We disguise
You
it
can't
as
filibuster
like,
grand
helping
finals.
We disguise it as helping
There
him
was-
practice or like running friendlies, and we just play 700 matches against him, all of us, and then tire him out.
Yeah. Wow.
There was a little hint. The subtitle for All Out 2 was Emergency Best of 37.
I remember that. I didn't know what it
that
meant
takes me
though.
back, man.
Damn.
We normally base them off of like some random thing that happened the last semester.
I see.
Like this time we have Wi-Fi of the gods because last time for some reason the Ethernet despised us and we couldn't get it to work for that semester. So stream was eating it, and we fixed it now, so we're back.
Yep.
Right. Well, I do want to thank everybody again for coming out. Obviously, our scene is not a scene without the people in it. I know that we have some hiccups along the way, and this is a pretty informal event, but I seriously, from the bottom of my heart, thank you guys for coming out. Thank you for participating. I hope we can keep on seeing you guys every week. And I think if I manage to actually post the bracket on time, we might break 30 this week. I'm excited to see
Oh,
how
hell
big
yeah.
That'd be
How
awesome.
many did you have this week?
20.
we got 20, and I posted it this morning at like 9:30.
I know Solrig's probably gonna be back next week. I'm not gonna be, I don't think. So
Damn. Jumbo, how could
do
you?
got-
what's up?
How could you? You abandoned us in our time of need.
uh,
Damn.
Truthfully, it's a D&D thing.
Oh no, that's valid. That's so fucking valid. Love me some D&D.
I
But,
compromised and said every other Sunday.
Well, Requiem, thank you for taking some time and letting us grill you with a couple questions.
Yeah, no problem. It's fun.
Prior to the next interview, I'm going to try to make this a weekly thing. I have made a form where you can put your name in, and I'm just going to be looking at the past results of the last week to find who would be most interesting to interview. But after I do interview one person, I'll be taking your name off the list. So what that does is it makes sure that we get through everybody, but it lets us keep up with the time zone. If somebody has a really breakout week, we can definitely select them and talk to them and have them talk and get interviewed whenever they're having that moment of progress. I think that is a good way to make sure that A, everybody gets a chance, and B, we keep it interesting and have like fresh topics to talk about.
631,562
we can
joined.
definitely have you on again. I would probably give it about a month just so we can get 4 other people in. But after we get this ironed out, I have a like set in stone question list. I would love to have you back on, and we can maybe get a little bit more of a structure.
631,562 left.
And if there's nothing else, again, thank you guys. I hope you have a good rest of your night. I'm gonna go eat some ice cream.
Let's go.
Grant, I got one more question if you would like to.
Yeah, go ahead.
If you could change one thing about Venom, I know you're Mr. Venom. If you could change one thing about that character, what would it be? In Strive.
I want old Q5 input back. I don't like the DP input. I miss the half circle forward.
When like XX?
No, Q5 was only an Xrd.
Is that true?
As someone that has played Venom in both XX and Xrd, I can't.
Yeah, he didn't have that in XX.
Yeah.
He had
Q5 was
Dubious Curve.
blue in Xrd.
Oh, he was
And it
just
was-
stingering him to get the better ball. Okay.
Well, he also had a reverse
Oh,
DP input
Dubious
that would put like
Curve.
an electric ball down. Like Venom's had some crazy mechanics.
Dubious
over the years.
Curve might as well be Q5. Come on.
Someone had a really good question in chat that I want to ask real quick. Someone said, "Why do you keep playing the game?"
Because I have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
That is a good question. I think they meant it sarcastically, but if like asked unironically,
That is
a
an
great
unironically
question.
good question. Like, why do we play this game?
I fucking love this game.
Yeah,
It's so funny, dude. I love this game.
I think most of us will boil it down to that.
It's a
Requiem, do you
social
come from a
event.
sporting background.
Actually, no. I come from a just general fighting game background.
Okay, how old
It's-
were you when you started playing fighting games?
Oh, I was like 6 or 7. I played them with my dad. Like when the Mortal Kombat arcade collection came out, I was playing that in the basement with my dad, like almost on a nightly basis. It's like
Dinso left.
fighting games have been a part of my life for about as long as I can remember.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely not somebody who has played it for that long. I remember going over. It was also Mortal Kombat was my first fighting game too, but I was young, and I would only play it at my buddy's house. And he was so athletic. He was like, "Let's go outside." I was like, "No, I'm gonna beat Shao Kahn or whatever his name is," and got my ass kicked.
That's so real. Shao Kahn in the old Mortal Kombat games did not mess around.
Dude, I could not beat the like story mode final boss. It was such a bitch. Ooh. But yeah, let's see if we have any other good questions in the Twitch chat before we call it a wrap. Yeah, blah blah blah. Blah blah. Now that was the best one.
Giza joined.
You
All
don't
right.
think that Shark's question's good?
I was kind of debating answering it.
Okay, yeah. Is Venom the coolest gay person in fiction?
I would say so. I mean, you see any other gay person slinging balls like Venom does?
Is he officially gay?
It's a good question. Are you kidding
It
me?
is.
Come on.
It is up to interpretation, but I don't think there's
What do
anybody
you
on
mean?
this earth
There's
that would
no
tell you no.
interpretations to be made in in the other
A
direction.
lot of balls.
There's a lot of balls and a lot of Zato. We're just gonna
It's a
leave it at
lot of-
that.
Have you seen his line when Elfelt beats him in Xrd?
What is
Yeah.
it?
When
The
Elfelt
instant
when
kill.
Elfelt beats every male character, she fantasizes about what it would be like for that guy to be her husband. When Elfelt beats Venom, she's like, "If you were my husband, what do you mean you don't want a wife?"
No.
Really make
confirmation. Our gay representation in this game was crazy.
This is true.
But yeah, you guys can keep on hanging out if you want, but I am going. I'm hungry as hell. I'll
Take
peace
care.
out. I'll see y'all next week.
So
Great
yeah,
Bye.
tournament as always.
Have a great one, man.
Requiem,
Galanos009 left.
you said you played Mortal Kombat, right?
Yeah.
Do you know? I want to say it was.
I'm
4.
gonna go give
What was-
Griffin aftercare.
Yeah,
Oh, hell
he needs us.
Giza
What was
left.
the one that was like a pseudo arena fighter that had weapons?
Gibbler left.
All right, Griffin's gonna kill me. So thanks for watching, everybody.